No such thing as conspiracies. All that is true. The government is literally trying to...
Oh. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Aaliyah. Today we're joined with...
Watson.
For today's episode, we're going to be talking about adult animations and why I feel like the conversation around adult animation is lacking. The conversation around adult animation feels similar to talking about anime in middle school. Very low key, small community that are really into it, but it just, cuts off at there. Doesn't get the hype that it really deserves. There's a few reasons why adult animation isn't as widely popular as just regular kid animation or anime. But before we begin, I would like to talk about a few of the adult animations we grew up watching as children.
I remember the first one I was watching was, I guess you can consider Simpson as one of them. Technically speaking, it had a PG rating, but it for sure was an adult animation. My favorite one would have to be Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Not Star Wars The Clone Wars.
No, it is dark. I am telling you, it was not necessarily made for kids. Downright had everything right. It had the story. The animations, oh my god, they made great villains. It brought out new perspectives of the whole entire series, the whole franchise as a whole. Oh my gosh, it was literally the best thing they ever did in Star Wars history.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that could top it. No movies, no nothing. Literally, you can survive without the movies while watching that show.
I think another show that we both said that we kind of watched growing up was The Boondocks. That was adult animation. Literally one of the greatest shows produced, I would say. Top 10.
Bro, that was a show that they were cursing left and right, as if they were literally on the streets and everything. The N-word was dropped left and right, and
the comedy, the nuance, the storytelling, the characters, everything about that was perfect.
It was crazy because with that level of cursing, even if you were an adult animation, they normally wouldn't keep your show on for long. But Boondocks was so highly rated amongst everybody that it stayed on for years and years. I think it's still playing on Adult Swim to this day.
I think it's because it was kind of the audience was black people. So because look, think about it. If it was posted to mainstream media, you would have the moms writing in to take it down. Nah, this was comedy curated for people who would understand it. Another adult animation I watched, I vaguely remember it, was Glenn Martin DDS, and I just remember the art style was
so
claymation or something.
Yeah, it must have been
claymation, 3D, stop motion, whatever. I just vividly remember the detailing of the dog's butthole. Another adult animation I remember watching as a kid that traumatized me was the Squidbilly Christmas special, because I just came out, dude shot down Santa's sleigh, and you gotta watch it. If you haven't seen it, just wait until this Christmas. It's great for the kids.
I think so. I think you can watch it on HBO Max.
HBO?
HBO Max.
Growing up with all these amazing kid animated shows like Steven Universe, Adventure Time, you were talking about Justice League, Teen Titans, all these kid animation shows with the most juicy storylines and characters and details and plots and everything. And then we grow up and then it's just nothing. The median kind of just disappears into crude comedy and slapstick and Family Guy,
The main reason why we don't see adult animations such as those is because they don't have a platform. Literally, there is no TV show. There's no channel.
Network, yeah.
There's no channel on there specifically for that. You already know, Cartoon Network has all the cartoons for kids. Disney Channels is Disney. Let them do whatever. I don't know what the heck Nickelodeon's doing, but I'm pretty sure their ratings are plummeting. Same with Cartoon Network, but there's literally everything except for adult animation.
I think Comedy Central and those type of shows is another reason why adult animation isn't as bigger of a genre than it is. I have to say, Family Guy, South Park, all those, American Dad, all those type of shows are generally the same. And while they do have their entertainment, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't be listening to Boys 12 just unironically from American Dad. Like, it's great, but I feel like it kind of closes the door on anything else in that category.
It always goes back to the idea that people believe that this works, so this is what we should keep on going for forever. And those are what the people at the company say that needs to come through. Like, the people of Nickelodeon literally said no to Adventure Time because they didn't think it was going to take off. Cartoon Network took Adventure Time and was like, and we see how it is today. It had how many seasons coming out? I think it was like more than, I'm pretty sure it's more than 8.
And they have a spinoff on HBO.
Yeah, bro, they just need a platform. They don't take chances on the animators or the people that have these stories. Like, they have great ideas, they just don't have the opportunity to, and that's because of the channels. They don't have they need to create a new channel or something. But
I never thought of that for like the lack of a network.
Yeah.
But then here's another problem that arises. Most of the adult animation now is on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And Netflix, I've heard, like, they can cut your show like that and hundreds of people are out of a job. Like, it's like you have a lack of security everywhere.
I would always say is probably just do your own thing. It sounds like whatchamacallit, oh, you should just do this and then you don't worry about anything else that people say, because if you think your stuff is good, you should throw it out there and then you just end up failing. I'm not trying to set you up failing, nothing like that, but I'm saying, like, make a YouTube channel, have your crew on there, hopefully you guys take off, like, and that's probably the best thing you can do for yourself, because you have creative control and you can have your own set time schedule for everything.
I do agree with fleshing out your projects as much as possible. A good example would be Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss by Vizzy Pop. The show features YouTube creator Brandon Rogers. It's hilarious, it's creative and colorful, and I feel like if they would have pitched this to any of the like bigger mainstream networks, they would have slapped it down. But taking a chance and looking at these the shows, even if we have to wait a couple months for an episode, you can see how much hard work is put into it, and you can see that it's truly a passion project.
But I don't think they would ever actually bring this to an actual network that, they have a set amount of episodes they're supposed to have on TV. So, like, they would have to literally push out, like, maybe 12 and, like, or 24 or something, because if it goes good. And then that's what usually makes with the project a little mediocre.
They're forced to burn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see what they come up with over the years. The longer you wait, the better ideas that come to you. Like, that's what I believe in.
And waiting never hurts anyone, so flesh out your individual projects. Look, they put out the first episode for Hell of a Boss 1 year ago, and it has 41 million views. So that's more views than the mainstream networks are pulling these days. Next, I would like to get into some of the adult animations that I've personally watched, and maybe Watson can give a few recommendations that he's watched that I feel like if you haven't got into it yet, you should probably get into it, because why not? So the first adult animation show that I personally would like to recommend that kind of like changed my life a little bit is Bojack Horseman. Because, okay, you look at it, you're just like, ha ha ha, talking horse, ha ha ha, satire Hollywood, or Hollywood. And then you just get taken down the story of a guy who used to be a popular actor in the 90s from the show called Horsing Around. You see his struggle through drug and alcohol abuse. You see the dynamic between his parents, and you can literally see how it affected his growing up, like his development. They have whole episodes of just introspections. I remember there's this one episode called Free Churro, where he's at the funeral of his mom, and he's talking about how he went to a Carl's Jr. and he told the girl at the counter his mom died, and she gave him a free churro. And he was telling the story in a monologue of how getting that free churro was the only nice thing he can think of getting from his mom. And I was just like, wow. And he goes through the whole episode. He's the only one talking. Going through whole episodes of his relationship with his dad and how he feels about his mother and the last time he was in the hospital with his mother. Just for the ending to be, oh, I'm at the wrong funeral. Just like, what? Coming from the first season of Bojack Horseman, where you're just thinking it's this silly, goofy play on Hollywood. Thinking, haha, I'm like Bojack, and then moving through the seasons and you're just like, oh shit, I'm like Bojack. It's, you have to really think. I remember finishing seasons and I'm sitting there thinking just like, I'm depressed. Like, I'm so empty right now. Because he would have a monologue talking about how life means nothing and how we're meaningless and relevancy. It really makes me feel like you're alcoholic. Like, I'm sitting there, I think this is like 17, around that age. I'm sitting there just like, man, I need a drink. I watch every YouTube video over 2 hours about Bojack Horseman. I've really sat there and each character breakdowns, different episode breakdowns, like the view from the halfway down sent me spiraling. That's just the type of person I am. Bojack, if you can get into my brain, I'm gonna be analyzing you afterwards. That's it. Another adult animation that we watched together, and we started watching it as a joke. Like, we were just like, let's put it on. I don't think it's gonna be that great, but it was pretty good. It was
ironically funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the premise that it was bad, and they knew it was bad, and they just stuck to it. And I was like, okay, you guys are pretty funny with it. Like,
it was Q-Force. If you haven't seen Q-Force, it is on Netflix, and it's so funny. It's about a group of I guess you can call it, like, they're queer spies, agents, and the main guy that we're following, he's like head of the academy. He's worked his way to the top, and at his acceptance speech, he before he's about to get his own agency and really start his spy career, he tells the audience that he's gay, and they're just like, oop, sorry, take that from you, give it to him. And then they sent him away to his own Q-Force, where it was just another, like, where they threw all the other, like, LGBTQ spies, and now they're in their own, like, thing. But they're still being dogged, though, even though they're in their own force. So they have to force themselves to get a mission, and they get a really cool mission, and they start undercovering, like, maybe some low-key hate crimes, to be honest, what it looked like. But you guys should definitely check it out. What were your thoughts about Q-Force?
Q-Force was really one of those shows that came out, like, I think last year, did it not?
I think it came out a while ago, and I just pushed it off.
Same here, and that's the funny part. It's like, if you look at Q-Force, like, firsthand from its title, like, from its cover art, you're gonna start assuming, like, this sounds stupid. And especially when you see the trailer, you're just gonna think, like, this was probably not gonna be as good. I'm just gonna push it off.
I think it's gonna be, like, really, like, pushy, like an underlying agenda or something.
They probably did a bad job advertising it. I'm not gonna fake on you.
I think so too. I think on purpose, because there's no way.
They literally force you to sit down there for like a couple hours just to like, this show's not bad.
And no, but from the first episode, we were just kind of just like, At first, it really gave me the sense of like really pushy, but it was perfect. It
looked like that, but then when you realize, at the end of the episode, it's like, you're doing this on purpose.
Yes,
exactly.
You're doing.
Okay, that's a different story.
They're very purposeful with their comedy.
Yeah. Very much satire, which I love.
I loved it too. It was so ironic.
And all the episodes are connected together. Mm-hmm. Like once you get off from episode 1, it picks up where I left off, and it's like, you
very
guys are right.
Good, yeah. Another show I want to mention. It's not for everyone. It's Big Mouth. Okay.
Just don't worry about it. I'm just gonna take over. I'll be over here.
It's about kids going.
Oh no, they know what it's about. There is not a person in this world that doesn't know what Big Mouth's about.
I like Big Mouth because you look at the show and you have flashbacks of you growing up through middle school. One of the reasons why I really like Big Mouth is that they continue to expand their story. Season 1, you could have just pushed it off for a shits and giggles show. Like you really could have. But next season they came back and they were just like, oh, let's talk about periods, let's talk about anxiety, let's talk about depression. Like, they really got into the full experience of being a teen and having very interesting characters and twists and songs, and I love it.
But hear me out, right? This is like also, it also has a rating on it that most people, like, if they see that rating for their kid, they're just gonna be like, no, you can't watch this, it's TVMA, because, like, you know, the rating, everything. So, like, most kids possibly can't or don't watch it.
But I'm not saying it's for kids. I'm saying if you grew up and you're just like, oh my god, I remember getting my period at school and seeing the episode with Jesse, and you're having to get the jacket and tie it. It's an experience that you can look back on and be like, haha, there it is on screen. It is a little inappropriate, I'm gonna say. There's a lot of genitals being shown, but
way more than I was expecting.
when you put that aside and look at the actual plot, then you can understand it.
So just like how everyone does with Euphoria, I'm not. No, never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. My
Okay.
bad. Nope. Not that. We're talking about animation. My bad.
Watch Big Mouth. It's also on Netflix. It's super duper great.
I thought you promoting Big Mouth.
I like Big Mouth.
They're gonna hit you in the comment section like, how could you, Leah? Don't come back in tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
No, don't come in tomorrow.
Another adult animation I would like to highlight is
Paradise PD. But Paradise PD is actually a really good show.
I've never seen it, so you go rave about it.
Cause like, hold
Go
on.
off, sis.
No, cause like, hold on. Like, I remember watching like the first season, and I wouldn't say I got hooked right away. I got hooked right like after maybe everything happened in the first season. I went into the second season. As soon as you start watching the episodes consistently, you're really hooked into it. It's all about. Okay, so you have one of the main characters being the son of the police chief. We also have the one character being the police chief, and his mother being a mayor. They look down on him because he's not a man, and he has this obsession with one of his coworkers, which is Gina, and she doesn't like him for the pure fact that he himself is not fat. She has an addiction, a love, a crave for fat people. And I'm not talking about regular fat. No. I'm talking about that if he can walk half a mile, then he's too fit.
She likes her BBMs.
Bro, and it's not even hidden. Like, bro, she is fiending for them. Like, you've never seen lust like this before.
Oh no.
Like, she rubbed the bean so hard it fell off.
What?
It literally fell off.
No, thank you.
And then she had to get a robotic one. Don't ask me how it worked. Do not ask me. And then it went evil and it took over. Bro, it is just so outlandish. That's why I loved it so bad. It was so outlandish that it reminded me of regular show. Like, the pacing was all types of weird. And then
Is it really?
Yes, it just pushed out of nowhere.
I like regular show, so maybe I'll check it out.
It doesn't come into effect until maybe after, like, the first season.
So is it like a Rick and Morty? Like that, what you just explained right now reminds me of the episode with the dog. Where are my balls, Summer? Like, and then he took over the world.
Yeah.
After finding a couple more batteries, like.
Bro, and it also had a talking dog.
Oh, you see? There you go.
That was addicted to drugs, and he's their drug dog.
That's if Johnny Test was like TVMA. I could see Dookie.
He looks like Dookie. That's the funny part.
Exactly.
He's just shorter though. It actually is a really good show. It's a really good watch, especially when you're just trying to sit down and do nothing, just try not to think. It's one of those.
I think I need some of that, so I'll check out. What was it, Paradise PD?
Paradise PD.
Another adult animation that I want to like highlight is Inside Job. Oh my god! If you're into like aliens, conspiracy theories, government. Like science.
There was no theories on there. There was no such thing as conspiracies. All that is true. The government is literally trying to.
Oh.
But no, like that show did go crazy.
Okay, so like one of the characters in there is like this mushroom creature, and he's supposed to be from Hollow Earth. And then real life, here we are. Oh, China, 600 the holes in the ground from Hollow Earth theory. So it starts off with Reagan's dad like standing in front of the White House, and he's just like, aliens are real, the government's a lie, watch out for the birds, their cameras and the birds or something. And he's like, watch, I bet they have the sniper lights on me now. And he just lit up like a Christmas tree. And then Reagan comes up and she's just like, why are you doing this? And then they take you down to her job, where her job is to pretty much cover up any of the conspiracy theories that are like leaking out. So if the aliens show up, she about to go in there and convince y'all you didn't see aliens. That's her job. They talk about the lizard people. They were on that episode. They had like monitors behind their little headquarters of everyone who were lizards. I think I saw Taylor Swift. I think I saw Oprah, the Queen.
Did we not see Bezos?
I think we did see Bezos. But lizard people, they talk about Hollow Earth, they talk about Bigfoot, they talk about everything. So if you really like conspiracy theories, check out Inside Job. Another adult animation that I really like, that I want to highlight, is F is for Family. Again, this is another one that is not for everyone. Personally, when I first watched it, I was a little afraid. He was giving me fight or flight. He was really triggering me. Frank?
Sorry.
The show F is for Family follows Frank Murphy and his dysfunctional family as they manage their life in the 60s. He works at, or he used to work at, you gotta watch the show. He works at this place called Mohican Airlines, which is this airport. He has a wife named Sue. The show is really interesting because he also deals with like managing his expectations of what a man is supposed to be to his family. He also deals with the relationship with his father, which they talk about, battling like the recession, having kids. Sue also has like some character development, as in like getting a job for the first time, like as a woman, you know, because it was during the 60s and stuff. They also talk about like the racial tensions at the time with a couple characters. And I believe this show is a great example of why the American dream is just a dream. From the opening of the show, you have Frank Murphy graduating high school with the goals of becoming a pilot when he's thrown into the draft, and then he comes back, he meets Sue, they get the baby, they're pregnant, bills, life, everything's do-do-do-do. And then he gets landed into his couch where he's like, he looks miserable. F is for Family. It shows why the American dream is just a dream, because even if you go on the right path, you know, you go to college or you graduate high school and you try to, you know, get into that dream job, that dream place that you want to be, and there's so many obstacles in your way, it's almost impossible. Like, was this even the goal in the first place? I know a lot of people who did the whole, like, going to college thing and staying in there and going to debt, and years later they're still not in the job they wanted, or they're still paying off college bills in their 40s and their 50s. If you want to hear a video about why college is a scam,
when they push technical schools to the side,
yeah, I'm just like, the options that they told us were the right answers weren't the right answers. There's so many different things that they just pushed away, so we ended up at a desk working somewhere until we 65.
Adult animation. Let's go back. I'm not gonna do this right now.
Another show that I want to highlight that kind of gives you the Family Guy-esque tropes, but they somehow develop it into its own show. Bob's Burgers. You still have the family, right? You know, mom, dad, children. Still goofy, still fun, but somehow it's different than Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show, you know? I feel like there's heart. You know, Bob doesn't hate his wife, for one. I feel like the other guys kind of see their wives as just objects, and they hate their kids. Bob loves his family. That's just one of the differences that I kind of see. It's a family business, so you kind of have to see them like, they have to, you know, bond together at the end of the day. The children are hilarious.
I feel like that just reminds me of like, Was This a Waverly Place?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I kind of see that.
Like I think Bob's Burgers was one of those shows that I looked at and I was like, yeah, this is not bad, but it's like this is probably not my alley. I'm just gonna go back home. Cause like
not back home.
I have the type of mindset that goes like, oh, you're here right now, but I need you to pump it up. I need to get hit something unexpected. Oh, you're flipping a burger? Next thing you know, they're fighting Lucifer for the golden spatula.
Bob's Burgers is the slice of life of adult animation. I think that's but you want like something like quirky. I'm just shocked after seeing the shows growing up as children. No one grew up to do anything adult besides regular show. Regular show is the only one that came out with something else. Like, it was close enough.
I guess it was close enough, you know. But, like, close enough was... I only watched episode 1. I only watched episode 1. I'm going to go back into the show and to give it another chance. But I was struggling in episode 1. It felt like an hour was passing, and I was waiting for it to end. It didn't hit like it needed to.
So, do you have any final thoughts about adult animation?
Any final thoughts? Mm-hmm. I have continuous thoughts.
Oh.
No, I'm just upset that one, they don't have a platform. I'm upset that the people that think they know what they're doing honestly don't look like they didn't understand anything about show business. It's like, I'm sorry. How are you gonna have great shows handed to you on a platter, and you guys are just like, no, you got to sign this contract. If you sign this contract, it will make you money. But if you sign this contract, the story is no longer there. Substance is now going to have to be split amongst like maybe 42 episodes when the original show was like supposed to be like 8. That's to get expired milk. You're busy getting like you're using all this stuff, the new stuff, but all the old stuff is not being used at all, and it's just being rotted through time, and I don't want to deal with that. I'm sorry, but no, because like Teen Titans was literally that show. I'm mad Cartoon Network really brought Teen Titans Go. We're not doing this right now.
I like Teen Titans Go.
Thunder, you can.
Okay, the movie was great.
The movie was alright. The movie
was great. I can appreciate comedy.
What they did to Thundercat was abysmal. I'm not doing this right. No, don't touch me. Don't hold me back. I'm tired of it. Thundercats was beautifully animated. The story was hitting hard. The thing is, they did not re-up on another season.
I see a vein popping on the side of your head.
You don't see a vein. You're tripping, bro. Yeah. And then they canceled Young Justice, and they had to bring it onto the streaming network. Why was that the case? This was a good show. Everybody loved the show. So why the heck are we doing this? This is bringing them money, and I don't understand it. They came up with a dumb reason for me. Whatchamacallit, Teen Titans was supposed to be made for boys, and now girls like it too. Let them enjoy them. I'm not about to go crazy. I'm good. I'm calm. But like at the same time, how dare you ruin my childhood in such a way, bro? How dare you? How dare y'all people do this to me? Avatar? I had to wait 4 or 5 years to get Legend of Korra. Just for me to like enjoy the animation, but you guys literally are unable to deliver like good story because you guys weren't sure. No, because they were not sure about. All I'm saying is that whoever was running Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, and Nickelodeon at the time,
y'all dropped the ball.
A whole bunch of good content could have been made. Legends of Korra, I would have been glad to hear like. If they had like pursued a different route, like I would have been happy if they, instead of making another Avatar show, this is another thing that's causing them not to have like good shows on their networks anymore. Is a lack of creativity. They want all the control when the creators themselves probably have a better idea. I think I can like that sounds a little. That sounds a little bad.
What did I say? I said all of them are conceited.
I don't care, but I literally thought this was a better idea because they have a vast world in Avatar, right? But instead of actually making like anything besides the Avatar being the main character, they can literally make quote-unquote background characters like foreground characters and make their whole story revolve around that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm tired of seeing the Avatar learn all 4 bending arts again and again, and it seems like this is what I want to do. But like,
I would have even taken like a short film of an Avatar, like, knowing everything, having to battle something. I think that's all the adult animations that we're going to be talking about today. Let us know what your favorite adult animation is down below in the comments. Before we leave, I do want to talk about something that is a little not adult animation. I want to talk about anime. because the next time you'll be seeing us, we'll be going to SuperCon! Oh my gosh, it's literally this week. We have our lineup together. I'm thinking we could like vlog or make a little like video before we go in. Or take like some videos while we're there. But yes, SuperCon. Let us know if you're going to that down below as well. What was your first anime?
The one I could actually remember was on VHS, was Sailor Moon. I was trying to force myself to like dislike it, but at the same time I kind of banged with it because like it was action in it too. It was really good. I think it was really good at the very least.
My first anime was Death Note. I think it really adds to my like sad boy persona, you know? But my comfort anime, or in High School Host Club, pop that bitch on the TV, be like, Howie, come to daddy. Or Honey Senpai, you know? I want the cake, you know? It's very nice. What's your comfort anime?
I was just thinking about that. I never thought about a comfort anime. Because I've never really rewatched an anime before, unless I'm like probably watching with somebody else. But I would say if I could go and watch an anime right now just for the heck of it, it would either have to be... Nah, I'm gonna stick to Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail?
Fairy Tail.
Oh, that's nice. Make sure you like and comment down below about your favorite animes, your favorite adult animations, just the whole 8 miles right down below. Follow us on all our social medias at hialiyah_. Follow the Daisy Duo Slumber Party on Twitch at Daisy Duo. And we will see you next time. Bye!